Bienvenidos a todos ustedes. Welcome all to my channel, Dolls by Mr. Fabre. And if you haven't guessed, I am Mr. Fabre. Now, I hope you guys have had an amazing week so far. We are T-minus 2 weeks away from Christmas and or any other non-denominational holiday. So for myself, I decided to pick myself up a little Christmas gift of my own because I don't wait for people to get me stuff on Christmas. I'll just buy it myself. So this time around, I decided to purchase the Barbie Fashion Model Collection doll number 4 in the Gilded Glamour. Now, before I begin, let's talk about just a few things. So when this doll first released and we saw the promo images, I was super excited. I was super hyped, even though they only showed like 3 pictures. But the reason why I was super excited, because the pictures looked like the dress was going to be in pink because, you know, the shoes were pink, the gloves were pink. I'm like, okay, great. And then the dress, the little snippets they showed of the dress looked like a very, very soft powder pink, like barely there pink. And if there's one thing I love on my dolls, is I love dolls that are dressed in pink. Personally, I don't really wear the color. I mean, but usually in my regular life, I don't really wear a lot of pink, but on a doll, I absolutely love the color. Other stuff I love on dolls, and this is going to be related in the future, metallic gold and metallic silver. I love me some metallics on a doll. And then pink, I love on a doll. So I was very excited to get her. And I was hoping she was blonde because obviously, I was hoping she was blonde, and I really liked what I saw in the dress because it was a very soft powder pink. Now, when the pictures released, the dress was white. I'm not gonna lie, and her hair was black. And to be honest, I didn't mind the black hair. It was more so the style of the hair that was kind of like, I don't know. I wasn't really feeling it, but there was a lot of elements of the doll that I really liked. But I will say it was mainly the color of the dress that was really kind of like, I was really leaning back and forth on whether or not I wanted to get this doll, because there was a lot of things that I liked about her, but there was also like the shade of the dress, the style of the hair. It's like, do I sink a bill for it? I don't know. But ultimately, I thought it over and I just decided, you know what? Let's just bite the bullet and let's get her. So we gotta. So for those of you who may not have watched the video, but there was like a little snippet video, like a behind the scenes of like the inspiration behind this dress. The designer Robert Best, I guess, talked about how he was inspired by like Asian culture in a way, or Asian women. That's why he did like the fair skin and the black hair. He also said he was looking to do something kind of like what you see underneath, because he said like he wanted something to simulate crinoline, which is what you put under a dress. And he said he wanted to make that the front and center, something unexpected, I guess. So yes, this is the cover, and this has a little bit of information on the Gilded Glamour. This may be backwards, but you know, I don't know. You can snapshot it and then use mirror mode and flip the camera or flip the picture over. So yes, this is how the front looks. Now, I did take a look at the doll, so I'm not going to be super surprised, but just like how every Silkstone box looks, it comes in the tissue paper and then it comes with the ribbon. I removed the ribbon and then we unbox this beauty. I'm not gonna lie, she looks a lot better in person than she does in the promo images. I'm going to take her out of the packaging right now, but yes, this is how she looks right now. She looks very, very beautiful. And to be honest, I really do like, I don't mind the color of the dress actually. It looks actually really pretty. I like the color of the dress. And it's actually a lot more better than I expected. Just because in the promo images, you weren't really able to see the sweetheart neckline. It just, I feel like the tulle kind of was like distracting because it was very head on. But I do like the sweetheart neckline with the tulle because I felt like it just kind of didn't really give her a lot of shape, because when you're looking at it like this, I just feel like, personally for me, you know, when it comes to the style of a dress cutout, I prefer a sweetheart versus just like a regular tube top. So that's maybe another reason why I wasn't feeling the dress, because I thought it would be more like a tube top type of outfit, but it's actually a sweetheart. I think a very subtle sweetheart. But yeah, everything looks really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and unbox her, and I will go ahead and flip the camera over and we'll get it in close step. So stay tuned. All right, so this is the Barbie Fashion Model Collection Gilded Glamour doll number 4 out of the box. Now, one thing I want to say is that I feel like the lighting is not doing her justice, just because her dress is a lot more white. This part here is more it looks more ivory, like very bright white, like a sheet of computer paper. The tulle looks more kind of beigey, I guess. But I feel like, and her skin is more ivory white. The skin kind of here makes her look a little bit more yellow. But anyway, so of course with every Silkstone doll, you're gonna have the doll stand. I'm not gonna connect it yet, but it is a saddle stand. And then it also comes with the certificate of authenticity right over here. And then special care instructions as well on how to clean your Silkstone doll. I would definitely recommend, if you are looking to display her, I would suggest to be very cautious about, you know, cleaning and dusting this doll so the dress won't get dirty. One thing I want to say is that when it came to unboxing here, it was fairly easy. However, this ribbon was actually wrapped inside of her, inside of her dress. So I did have to unbuckle her dress here, and her pumps do not come with any rubber bands, so they are gonna fall off. So I had to open up her dress here, and something that I didn't realize is that it's actually a 2-piece, which is super cool. The snaps feel like metal snaps, and the inside here the inside is Velcro as well, if you can see that. The snaps are here. I've never really seen them use snaps that are circular. They're typically like square. Anyway, so let's see. So it is a 2-piece, which is interesting. I did not realize that, because if you see here, I thought this was all basted together. And let's see. Because I thought this was all together as 1 piece, but I think she has a 2-piece outfit. Let me take a look. So if I were to remove the gown, would I be able to remove it? So yes, if I remove the gown, you can see that she has like, I don't know if it's underwear underneath. No. So actually what it is too is, I believe, let's see, let me feel around here what's going on. Because actually on the inside, oh, that's where you see the crinoline. So the crinoline is inside, and then there's another layer here. Oh no, that's the crinoline layer. And then of course you have the dress on top of it. Okay, so I see how this is constructed. So yes, so basically she's wearing, you know, this, I don't know what this is called, but it kind of looks like what they used to wear like in the olden times. So this right here is connected to the crinoline, I believe. which is right over here, this part here. But it also looks like she's wearing like a bodysuit. Is it a bodysuit? Oh no, I think she's wearing underwear, actually. So I think she does come with underwear. So from what I can see, so if I have to, so to break down the layers, so she comes with this like undergarment top that's attached to the crinoline here. The crinoline right here that I'm pointing at. And then she also comes with underwear too. And then we have the outer part of the dress as well. Interesting. It's a very interesting design choice. Give me one moment. I'm just going to strap her back on. All right, so we are back. One thing I want to mention is when it comes to strapping in her dress, be very careful, just because I cannot I cannot snap these back on because it's a little tight. So I can only snap on the one from the last snap. So I would just say I don't know if everyone else's doll is going to come this way, but yes, mine, for some reason I cannot snap the next two, and I don't want to force it because I don't want to break it. But anyway, so yes, just going back to the doll. So let's start off with the face. So she has the traditional, nostalgia face mold. One thing that I absolutely fell in love with her for was her makeup. Her makeup is absolutely beautiful. If I can focus that. I love that teal blue. And I think it's just the eyeshadow that's so bomb to me. It really is it's just a pop color that I really like. And then we have her hairstyle here, which, like I mentioned, I was teetering back and forth whether or not I wanted this doll because, the hairstyle's kind of uninspired to me. There's many dolls that come with this little swirl type of hairstyle, but it doesn't look that bad. I do like the added bow details that they added to it. This part here doesn't really feel like there's a lot of gel. Neither does the top here. For some reason here, they really packed this on with gel. This is rock hard. So don't know what's going on there. Okay. And then she comes with pink gloves. And then she comes with this bracelet here, which I think is super cute. And then, of course, it looks like the bracelet matches her earrings here, which are a silver color with a fake diamond, which is so cool. And has a little dangle part here. The earrings are very pretty. One thing I don't understand about this doll is this weird sideburn that they have. I'm not sure why they added that in there. And going on with the dress, like I mentioned, I did bring up the dress earlier. It's a very interesting construction, I guess you can say, because it is a 2-layer dress. And of course, I had no idea that literally this part here, I thought that this was all just one dress connected, but of course it's 2 pieces. So it has, of course, I really liked the bodice piece. I really like the diamonds that they added on here. Of course, the fake diamonds. Then they added the bow here, and then they added a lot of lace detail. And I wish that they added the diamonds all the way through. Ooh, this part here. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I have a weird loose tool here. Anyway, But yes, the first panel here has, you know, the diamonds. It has them here as well. And then they added no diamonds on the last part of the dress. And, you know, this pattern, you know, it feels kind of like it's been embroidered, like it doesn't feel printed on. You know what this dress is also giving me too? This dress is very much giving me like how they style the Dia de los Muertos dolls, like how they give them like those, like, I know the one that they released this year has kind of like a dress kind of similar with all like the tulle and all that stuff. It makes me think very much of that. And then we also have her, she also has, of course, her tights. And then she has a pedicure, which are pink. She has, if I can focus that, yep, she has pink toes. And then here are her heels, which I love this heel mold. They're absolutely beautiful, but they do not stay on her feet. So you're going to have to put some elastic bands to hold them up. But I will go ahead and put them on and then just show like a visual on how they will be displayed. Very beautiful. And I love that pop of pink that they added for the heels. But that's how the heels look. Okay. So, I mean, I feel like there's not really much else to say. She's very beautiful. She has the typical Silkstone articulated body where she can move her head side to side. Oh, she could do a full swivel. Did not know that. And then she can move her arms. She can bend her elbow. She can bend her wrist. And then she can... Ooh, interesting. And then, oh. And then she has pivotal articulation as well. Then she can move her legs from front and back, side to side. And then she also has the knee articulation here, which is currently held down with this paper piece. So yeah, she has pretty good articulation there. All right. So here's a final look on the Gilded Glamour doll. And yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really have much else to say about it. I just feel like she's pretty, I don't know, I just feel like she's pretty simplistic in my opinion. I know that some people weren't feeling the dress. I think the dress is pretty, but I feel like maybe there could have been more that could have been done. I do like the vintage Dior cut as well, where it has like, you know, where it's kind of like the dress is cut up to her calf. I feel like it was, I guess, a bold move for them to do something like this. I don't really have an opinion on, you know, whether or not that was a hit or miss, depending on the person. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I'll go ahead and flip the camera over and give my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on the Barbie Fashion Model Collection doll number 4, Gilded Glamour. Okay, so just a heads up, I was able to get her second snap on. I would just say be really, really careful about doing that because it's like borderline pulling on the thread that's holding it up. So I would say handle this doll with care. This last snap, yeah, I definitely cannot put that on. There's no space for that. So anyway, my final thoughts. She's a very beautiful doll. There are certain elements that I like and certain elements that I don't really like. Nothing too major. I'll say the pros. I like the shoes, which are currently off of her. I have to put tape on them, but I like the shoes, the heels. They're very pretty. The jewelry is pretty. I do like the jewelry. I like the gloves. I like the pop of pink. Her makeup is impeccable. Things that are kind of I would definitely say I wish her hair had more of a style. I just feel like I've seen this hairstyle on so many Barbie dolls, like just standard Barbie dolls. And I just feel like maybe I would have wanted something a little bit more inspiring, I guess. I just feel like this is such a, like a, kind of like a, just a standard type of hairstyle. I wish there was a little bit more effort put into the hairstyle. I do like the black contrasting against the white. I do like that a lot. The dress is pretty, but I don't feel like it's anything that I'm like, it's something that I'm not like, you know, totally gagged about, to be perfectly honest. It's a very pretty dress, and of course, like I feel like on the surface it looks simple, but of course they have like the intricacy of, you know, that the the undergarment with the crinoline underneath, and they also gave her some underwear as well. Now, I don't really collect Silkstone Barbies like that, so I don't know if it's a standard that they all come with underwear, because the other Silkstone Barbie that I got, which was the exquisite gown, I think that's what it was called, I didn't address it all, so I don't know if she came in with underwear, but this one did. Not my most favorite outfit, but I do think she's very pretty regardless. I think that they, you know, they did take a daring move, and depending on the person, maybe it was a hit, maybe it was a miss. I'm kind of like in the middle, you know. But yes, overall, I do think she's very pretty, and I am happy that I purchased her. I'll say for me, I would give her maybe like a solid 8 out of 10, I'll say. She's a very pretty doll, but I feel like the dress could have been a little bit more better in my opinion. I don't hate the dress, but I do feel like maybe there should have been a little bit more when it comes to it. Looking at it now, it's very pretty. I like how poofy it is. It does create a good shape because it has the crinoline underneath. But yeah, there's just something about it. I feel like they would, I can't really pinpoint my finger on it, but I wish that they would have done something just a little bit more to elevate it. I'm not really sure what that would have been. I feel like maybe if it were me designing the dress, I feel like maybe I would have liked to maybe exaggerate on the bows and add more bow designs. So like what I would have done is I would have probably made the straps actually fabric and then put bows on the fabrics here. And then maybe to get a little jiggy with it, let's do like let's add like a whole row of bows here or something like that. Just something to kind of give the dress a little bit more zest, kind of like something, line the dress here and then give like, just add a bunch of bows here, just something to make it, they could have called it, you know, bodacious or something like that. I don't know, something punny, you know, something like that. Because they already have the bows in the hair, the bow on front, and then they could have added bows here. Kind of like maybe play up the bow look. And then what they could have done too, if they wanted to, is they could have used the heel mold that they use on the Petticoat Perfection, because the Petticoat Perfection has the bows in the back. Something like that, like maybe over exaggerate on the bows, make it campy, make it like punny and call it like the bodacious gown or something like that. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe that would have been a little bit more. And then also the Petticoat Perfection also had bow earrings. So like something like that, just to kind of play up the look. I feel like maybe that's what I would have preferred more, like a very bow-centric look where it's like it focuses on the bows. I don't know. That's just something that's just my creative liberty mind. But overall, I do think she's pretty, but I feel like maybe the dress left a little bit more to be desired, I guess. Still pretty nonetheless, but yeah. Anyway, that's all pretty much I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys tune in to see what else I have to say.